I'm not ready yet. I'm still eating.
Hey, are you midway through your food?
That's really good.
Millsy, would you wear this?
Thank you
What
to
do you
Mountain
think?
Mike's.
I don't know. I'd probably go with that one.
You're the old school guy? All right.
But that's if you get us
Put it on. You can wear it right now.
I mean, you can wear the old school one if you want.
wear it
I mean,
right now if you want.
Ryan Holt, Kevin Bartle, we're back here on
It's all you.
Condors Unleashed. Yeah, see? Oh, that works for him. Yeah, that's working.
Now we're talking.
He just worked
Looks good.
He just worked his way into a Condors hat.
So
Just
here-
like that. That's what happens. You score 2 goals, you work your way into a Condors hat.
Come on, Condors Unleashed. Good things happen.
Exactly. And not only did Greg Miller come on Condors Unleashed this week, he came last week, and we had the mix-up, so wanted to get him on this week. And what better time? 2 goals last night, Millsy. What's going on?
I don't know. It just seems to work here and there. Glad to finally pot a couple and contribute, which is always nice.
Nice bank pass off the back of the goal.
You like that one, didn't you?
I like that one.
Where'd you come up with that move?
The guy was sticking to me way too close, and I did a couple turns in the corner, and I couldn't shake him. And I was going around the net. I saw I had a little bit of a step on him, and I actually looked back, and he was kind of tired. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll just try this one. So tried it, and then tried to wrap it around. And, of course, I missed the net completely. So that was wonderful there.
It's all right. That's
Ended
all
up
right.
working its way into a goal. Before we get into your time here in Condorstown, you started the season in Stockton.
Yep.
You're now in Bakersfield. That doesn't happen often. Well, what do you got, Stockton or Bakersfield? I mean, what's the
I
decision?
gotta go with Bakersfield for sure now.
Oh,
Yeah,
see?
absolutely. That's for the fans out there. Come on. now.
Exactly.
It's all right. The goal, I want to ask you about that goal because the bank pass off the back of the net one, because the Condors have scored a lot of goals this season where the aggressiveness down low has just eventually it just wears the other team out. Do you guys get a feel for that when you're going through the shift? It's a longer shift maybe. You feel the other team is a little gassed. You got them scrambling. You got them running around. I mean, does it help you hit the extra gear to know you're wearing a team down like that? Can you tell it's happening?
Yeah, well, lucky for me, I guess unlucky, I was able to experience that on the other side of it. When you're out there and, when we played them and, didn't matter if it was here or there in Stockton, they always wore us down. And you're in the D zone for, good 30, 40, 45 seconds and you're pretty tired. And so now it's good to be on the other side where you're wearing teams down. And it's been great. Yeah, you can absolutely sense it. You start to create that little separation between guys, and you'll have that little extra second, to maybe make a play or use the D, and yeah, absolutely, you can sense it.
We talk about Stockton, we talk about Bakersfield, 2 very contrasting teams. Stockton likes to get up and down on the run. There's a lot of odd man rushes, back and forth, high-scoring games. Connor's a little bit of a different team. Grind it out, as you mentioned, down low. How much of an adjustment was it for you coming over here to Bakersfield?
Yeah, I think it was certainly a little bit of an adjustment, but I think it's great over here. I mean, there's definitely some more structure, which helps defensively, as you can tell. We have such a low goals against average, which is great. And I mean, through college at Cornell, Mike Schaefer, he always preached defense first, so I was kind of used to that. And with Coach Mann and all the systems that he puts in place, it actually breeds more offense. You know what I mean? So if you play better defense, you're going to spend more time in the offensive zone, which is more fun.
I think we have the highlights as well, too, if we want to roll some Greg Miller highlights, but Bart's can keep talking, and I don't want to cut Bart's off.
Well, you played at one of my favorite spots, man. Cornell is great. I mean, that's kind of back in my neck of the woods, but that building is awesome. Line of rink. Oh. I mean, it's tiny. It's tiny, and their fans are right on top of you. They're so loud, but there's such a great history there.
Oh, phenomenal history. I mean, there's so many guys that have gone through that program, and like I said, Mike Schaefer has done a phenomenal job putting that program on the map. And I was just so lucky to get an opportunity there, and to succeed there. And so, anytime I can try and get back there, it's amazing. I mean, the place is so amazing. Like, there's only so many good things I can say about that. The fans are probably the best in college hockey, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're right on top of you, too.
They are.
It only seats. I mean, does it seat 3,000?
I think it's like 2,500 max.
I think max 3,000, but I think they pack it to a good 5. They pack it
It
right
really
in
does
there.
feel like it.
Yeah, no one sits. They all stand. The whole student section just stands. That's the best.
And you played in a conference, the ECAC. I mean, there's some rivalries going back. I mean, you look at Cornell and Colgate,
Going back a long
Union,
way.
Harvard and Yale, Brown. I mean, we're talking a lot of history here with this Cornell program. What made your decision, and were other teams looking at you because you are Canadian? You come down here to the States, go to college here in the States, you go to Cornell, but were you looking other spots? Were you thinking major, junior? What was your decision like?
I always knew I wanted to have something to fall back on after hockey because, I mean, we can't be naive here. Hockey is never forever, so you need a fallback plan. And for me, I wanted the best of both worlds, and I knew going to Cornell I was going to get a fabulous education. And
It's
also,
not bad.
Which is not bad. Having an Ivy League education is not bad, yes. And then also to have such an amazing hockey program there. And actually it was Casey Jones who's now with Clarkson, he was the one who said 2 years before that I had applied there for what they call the financial aid, and I was not going to be able to afford what they were charging me there. And then 2 years later, he gave me a call back. He said, we really want you, and we'd love you to try and fill out the forms again. And kind of just happened, and they stuck with it, and here I am today.
If we could pause it right. Well, go back a second. Go back 1 second.
Yeah, that didn't feel good.
I mean, how did that one feel?
I mean,
were you ready for it? Were you anticipating it?
No, it happened so quickly. I was literally trying to get out of the way, and then try and get back to where I ended up. I ended up a little slower. I don't know why that D didn't come back on me, but.
Well, they were too busy chasing Husey in the left corner.
Everybody and their mother was chasing Husey.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you just stood up, and there was a perfect lane there for him.
Well, yeah, Husey gave me a nice little Christmas gift there. But as we saw before, Husey doesn't shoot the puck too hard, as coach says. So, I'm glad he passed that one over to me.
No, this is just a great play, and I mean, it just shows the awareness on the ice of George Hughes. I mean, this is not the same exact play, but he's got the similar situation. Instead of shooting here, he draws everybody into him.
Yeah, he's
So
got some.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Wranglers all within 10 feet.
He's
of
got
him.
some great vision out there, and I literally I wouldn't have scored that if it wasn't for Husey. All I had to do was put it in the open net.
When that puck comes across to you, and you know the goalie's out of the play, and it comes across, are you thinking, geez, don't screw this up?
No,
or
was
are you
shoot it as fast as you can.
you go. All right,
That's what I
very
was
good.
thinking.
We talk about you here coming to Bakersfield, but what's Greg Miller off the ice? We always like to ask the guys, what do you like to do away from the rink when you have an off day? Are you a golfer? What do you like to do?
I mean, it's weird now. You got to fill your day kind of with some activities. So. Shopping.
Not in college. I mean,
no.
Absolutely.
No
Come
time.
on now. You're scratching for time. It seems to be a lot of shopping for food. Seems to be going on, yeah. I haven't really gotten to the golfing. I want to get into that. I mean, I love golf. I golf at home with my pops a lot and my brother and stuff like that. But I haven't really got out here enough. I got to start doing that.
Have golf. There's some great courses, man.
I mean, it
we'll
was
go.
only
Hey,
87
it's
the other
March.
day.
I'm in.
It's March,
I mean,
and
it's
you
always,
can golf.
It's always beautiful here, so you can golf whenever.
Golf tournament coming up the first week of April.
There you
so
have
head
it.
to
There we go.
BakersfieldCondors.com.
Perfect.
You better get out there and warm up because there's going to be a foursome that's
I know.
he's on my team.
I got
Millsy's on the
Millsy.
team. We're good.
Oh, boy.
He hasn't golfed all year. I don't want him. You mentioned going shopping a lot for food. Are you a cook? Can you handle yourself in the kitchen, or is it one of your roommates?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to leave Brosset out there to cook for us. That's for gosh darn sure.
That's Laurent Persois.
Yeah, I'll be that. No way on that one. Benny's a pretty good cook, but he's been a little injured the last little bit.
Yeah.
I like to cook. I kind of keep things pretty simple here, but yeah, not too much. I mean, I like to take out too.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
That's,
Who
that's
doesn't?
where I
though?
go. I mean, that's where I go.
Holtzy, that's right up your
That's
alley.
right
for
up
sure.
my alley.
Oh,
The
yeah.
He
Mountain
is-
Mike's Pizza, right up my alley.
He is not a
That's
cook.
good stuff.
I'm not a
Holty is
cook.
not a
I'm a
cook.
heat and serve. I'm a breakfast cook.
That's
Breakfast, home.
Opening.
Everything else.
He's been known to burn water.
Wow. Never heard that one before.
Yeah, I never heard that one. Is that an old school
Come on, you
expression?
ever heard that?
Is that an old school expression?
Oh, for the
We're-
love
we're
of
too
God.
young for that one.
Somebody help this guy out.
Millsy, we appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me, guys.
coming
Thanks
on.
for
We
coming on.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much.
Good
Thanks,
luck this weekend against Ontario and Las
Yes,
Vegas.
yeah.
Big weekend for the Condors. When we come back, Mark Nessia will join us. We'll make some picks. We'll take a look at some good pictures as well. Mark Nessia took that photo, but we'll ask him about some other ones as well. Stay tuned. Condors Unleashed, live from the Disney Health Studios inside the Bakersfield, California.